My name is Sammy Kipto. I'm 29 years old. I'm a father of one, and I come from Baringo. Baringo, it's in Rift Valley, province of Kenya. I was born and brought up in Baringo. That is where I grew. I went to school in 1987. That is when I started my primary school, and I went to school in Pemwai Primary School in Baringo, Kabarnet. After that I got to high school. I schooled in Kabarak High School for 4 years. Then thereafter I joined the university. I went to Egerton University, did education, Bachelor of Education, Science. Yeah, that is basically what I trained for in college.
And after school, what were your ambitions? What did you want to become?
My ambitions, I wanted to be a teacher and to be employed by the government. That is really what I wanted to do with myself.
And,
yeah, and
did you fulfill that goal?
Well, after college, I got to know about DBSP, and in a way, DBSP has changed the direction the direction of my life in a good way, because now I don't think about employment anymore. That is I've changed from employment to thinking of being self-employed and working in my business.
And before coming on the training, did you have a business of any sort?
I didn't have a business before, but now I have one. Yeah.
And why were you interested in business? What spurred your interest in business?
The thing that made me like business is the freedom that I get from business. The ability to be my own self and to do things on my own without being supervised. Yeah, that is really what made me like business, and of course the profits attached to business.
And how did you hear about the DBSP training?
DBSP was introduced to me by one of the trainers who was already training DBSP students, and he told me, he asked me whether I was interested in joining a business course, and I got the interview and I was selected.
Tell us, what did you do on the course in terms of making money, and then talk to us about how that led into starting your business.
Yeah, in the course I started a business of selling shirts with the 500 shillings, and indeed the 500 shillings proved to me that it's not really little money as I used to think.
And what are you currently busy with these days?
These days I'm doing farming, and at the same time I'm doing a house letting agency. Yeah, property management, that is it.
How did you come up with those ideas?
When I came to Nairobi for the DBSP course, I stayed with a friend of mine in Ngong, and I realized that people are really moving out of town to the outskirts of Nairobi, and that is where Ngong is based. And I spotted the opportunity of looking for people's houses. In fact, when I was in Ngong, a few friends used to call me to ask me whether they can get a house, and I realized that really there is a need for people to get houses out of the CBD, the town itself. So after looking for 2 or 3 houses for my friends, I realized that this is a business that I can venture in, and it worked for me. Now I've developed a network of people, and I'm looking for houses for them.
And what has happened to you financially since the training?
Financially, I've become more, I'm now more stable in a way, and my finances have increased, and I've also learned to manage what I have in what I have gotten from the business.
So
Yeah.
tell us about what are some of the things you learned while going through DBSP?
While going through DBSP, I learned to do research, and that really is something that really helped me, because now I cannot do something without first researching. And after I've researched, I take my time to think, and to think well, because without thinking, looking at the positive and the negative of what I'm about to do, it will not be, it may not end well.
Give us some indication of how you are doing financially. Do you save money? Do you employ anybody? What sort of money are you making?
In terms of the money that I get, I have really learned to save for the expansion of the business in future, and also to save for myself. The other thing that I also learned, and I didn't say, is about budgeting. A budget has really helped me a lot, because I get to know how much I use from the business, how much I pay myself so that I can use for my own to be independent. And I've been saving a lot. Yeah. Currently, I've not employed anyone, except on occasional basis when I'm not in the business. I have a few people I trust that I give them work, but not on full-time basis.
Are you meeting your own needs on a monthly basis?
I meet my own needs, and I am happy about it.
What impact has starting a business had on your family?
The impact that it had on my family is that my family realized that we cannot only depend on the salaries to get money. So whenever we get an opportunity, we really invest on something new. For example, if we have, like, you go somewhere and say, for example, you visit friends or relatives away from home. You know, when you go out of where you come from, you get something new. We've learned to bring the things that we get from there and sell it to the people that need it. For example, when you go to where pineapples are in Kericho, we take some few coins, and you buy the produce there. You come and sell to the people around. So the business has really developed a culture of investment in my family.
And have you borrowed any money to get your businesses going, or is it all self-generated?
At some point I had to borrow, but it was not a big loan as such, because I knew that I can grow money. So I borrowed some little money from my brother, and he was really of help to me.
How much was that you borrowed?
I borrowed 10,000 shillings, and I made it grow. Yeah.
And have you managed to pay that money back?
Of course, I did. Long time. In fact, I almost forgot that I had borrowed him money. So I paid it long time.
What are some of the problems that you've had to face, and how have you overcome them?
Well, the problems that I have faced in my business is about trust. For one to trust you with your property, it's really a big challenge to me. And one, because there were so many conments in this business of house letting, so approaching people to manage their business is really a tough one, because you have to convince someone that you really are not a con man, and you mean well. So that is one of the challenges that is facing my business.
How did you get those skills to convince people?
The skills to convince people, one is that after bringing people to a certain house, it was a block of 16 people, and I managed to bring 3 people and to replace some other 3 who were leaving. So I provided 6 people for a certain person who had a block of 16 houses. This person was able to trust me to manage that one house. And after I managed that one house, I was able to use this house to convince other people that, look here, I'm managing this business, and through the landlord, he linked me up with other people from the same area and other landlords from the same area, and it really was good for me. And
what are your future plans?
My future plans is to own my own houses, so that I can so that the property becomes mine, so that I can manage them and get more money, good money.
When do you think that would start to be a reality for you? How many years' time?
That will come in, say, 5 to 10 years from now. Yeah.
Would you like to say any closing comments?
Well, I would say that it is very important to attend a training before as you think about your business, because a training will help you so much. And I would recommend DBSP to any entrepreneur, because it gives a lot of skills. Yeah, and that is all I can say for now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sammy.